Good morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here. Saturday, but it's more than Saturday, isn't it? It's May 1st. Oh my gosh. We've already done a third of the year. It's done. It's over with. It's behind us. For those of you who are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on bell notifications so that you're notified each and every time we go live. Yeah. So do that. And the thumbs up thing. Yeah, the thumbs up thing is pretty important too. James says, I'm loud and clear in Savannah. I'm normally loud. That's what my wife tells me, but I'm glad I'm clear. That's the good important part, right? Afternoon from a chilly north of England. How cold is it there, Richard? I'd like to know that. What's the temperature? Where in England are you? More specifically, my buddy over there in England. And I got, was it you I got an email from that they couldn't get through to me. And I want to make sure everybody can get through to me. Richard, I think it is you, Richard. I will get on that. Try training at jrfisher.com. I'm sorry that support email didn't work. Try training at jrfisher if you would do that. Savannah sounds warm. Yes, Savannah's beautiful. And I will check that group. I didn't see that you had somebody wanted in that group. I will make sure they get in there too, Richard. I think that's the same Richard. If it's the same Richard Brown, say so right here in the chat. Let me know if you sent me this email at 3:36 a.m. today, which it was my time, not your time, of course. And today I'm going to talk about saving your business. Yeah, it's changed, guys. Because of 2020, things have changed. You got to do some different stuff. And I want to go through what some of these customer experience expectations are. I think my bell's too close there. There we go. A little bit more room. And what you can do with your business. But that doesn't mean you can't ask me any questions you want about starting, running, and growing online businesses. This training in the morning is for you. Go. It is you, Richard. Okay, cool. I'll take care of all that today. This training is for you guys, 100% for you. So you own this. You own this time. And like I said, I have an agenda. Mine today is to help you with customer experience. However, if you've got questions in any areas whatsoever, feel free to put those questions in there, those comments, those suggestions. There's some big changes, guys. There really are, from the way it has been, and what's gonna happen in the future. And I want to talk to you guys about that stuff. I put some notes off to the side here. There's my notes. Customer service, guys. It's going remote. Okay, one of the main consequences of this past year is there's been a big force and portion of employees who work remotely now. So everything's going remote. Not everything. I mean, some people are going to have people in their offices, but understand that customer service is also going remote too. Remote working has plenty of benefits for both the employees and the businesses. I've had remote employees, God, for years and years and years, because it always made sense to me. Why put them in an office and pay for heat and desk and computer and all that, and they can just work from home. I trust people, so if they get their job done, I don't care. So a lot of people are working from home now, and that means that a lot of these customer support people are sharing information about stuff. Need to know some of the pitfalls, please. Yes, I'm going to go through those. I'm going to have those, Richard, and there are some big ones. Have you seen scam chargebacks, and can you dispute them? Scam chargebacks. I don't quite know what a scam chargeback would be. I mean, if somebody gave you money and they wanted to charge it back, that's one thing. And I have had that at ClickBank where people would steal credit cards and buy one of my products, and then they would become an affiliate, and they would let me get this straight. I want to get this straight. They apply to become an affiliate, and then what they do is they use their affiliate link to buy your product with a stolen credit card, and then get the commission off that sale, and then that credit card gets charged back to you. I have seen that happen, and we have a way around that now in checking people, and we make them apply and we check them out and all that good stuff. So I have seen that, if that's what you're talking about, Paul. That's the only place I've seen it though. Next thing I'm going to tell you guys, number 2, is improved interaction thanks to AI. I'm telling you, I am all into AI, this artificial intelligence and what it's doing. one of the biggest challenges facing customer service teams is how to handle this increased customer support inquiries, because there's a lot more of it now. And for a few years, artificial intelligence has really been transforming, the way companies interact with customers. Customer service teams can now rely on AI tools such as intelligent chatbots. Okay, if you have a chatbot or a knowledge management systems, and we have those things in place too. Not so much the chat box, but we have a lot of help desk type things and FAQs and stuff like that people can use. Self-service tools really have been gaining popularity. People are starting to get used to these things a little bit more. And according to American Express, listen to this, 60% of Americans say that their go-to channel for simple inquiries is a digital self-service tool. As such, websites is only 24%, and mobile apps is 14%. Voice response is only 13%. Online chat 12%. So it has changed there. In addition to that, there's omni-channel seamless communication now, and that means all these channels are all talking to each other. According to a study, it showed that 20% of US and UK customers prefer seamless omni-channel experiences where they can just go from one channel to the next. 51% of businesses using at least 8 channels for customers experience alone. So that's a lot. I don't even use 8. It's also highlights the urgent need for brands to focus on providing seamless omni-channel customer experience. Customer experience is a big thing. People are even saying they would pay more for a better customer experience if the products were equal. So they're going to pay more for another product because of the customer experience. We go out to restaurants and I'm always analyzing. I'm just always analyzing. I went out to a restaurant yesterday, and it was okay. But when I walked up to the hostess stand, there was a girl standing there. As soon as I walked up, she looked at me and turned around and just walked off. She didn't say hello. She didn't say, I'll be right with you. She didn't say, let me go check on it. She said nothing. And I looked over, and there's a cash register over there, and a gentleman, and I guess he was the manager. And as the girl walked off, I went, hello, hello, like that. And the manager looked at me and he says, hey, you need to come back and greet these people, and I was put off by it. I was like, God, what is the deal here? Customer experience means so much. And it was funny when I sat down at the table, I was reading their history, and they had the list of like 10 things that they believe in. Number one thing was that as soon as you come in the restaurant, they would greet you with a friendly smile and welcome you into the restaurant. That was their number one credo on that menu. And they didn't do it. I kind of felt put off. And I've been doing a lot of studying about these AI things and robotics and all this with restaurants. And guys, if you don't know about this, you're going to be amazed what's out there. Japan and I think it's Singapore has these, but they have these robots now that work restaurants. So they have one in the back kitchen that knows like 2,000 different recipes, and it has all the products built into it, and it's a dishwasher, and it can cook all in one. Okay, all in one. Pretty amazing. And now they have these robots, and I looked at one. I looked online the other day. You could Google some of this. I looked online the other day. Tyann Nelson, good afternoon. Yesterday your video on YouTube video was excellent. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being here today. I really do. So anyhow, looking at this robot, and this robot's really pretty interesting. It will greet somebody at the front of the restaurant. Okay, so you can just punch in, how many people's in your party and all that, and it's on wheels, and it has all these different levels, and all these different levels have bus pans, or they deliver food. So it can literally greet you, tell you what table to go to, where it's at. You see a map of the restaurant. You go over and sit at that table. It will come over to your table. You can punch in what you want. It will go back to the kitchen. They'll put the food on the robot. The robot will come out to your table and drop the food off. And there's no waiter. There's no waitress. And I can really see this happening, guys, because, you look at Olive Garden, you look at Panera Bread, they already have the order kiosk. Okay, so they don't really need a waiter or waitress anymore. And the bad thing about a waiter or waitress is, let's say you want some more water. What do you got to do? You got to wait till they walk in the room and go, hey, I need some water, But if you have one of these little kiosks on the table, you can go hit it and go water. Somebody in the kitchen sees it, runs water out to you. You want some more ketchup, they run ketchup out to you. Whatever it is you need, These robots can do this. And the same thing is happening online now, guys. I'm seeing more and more AI. I just saw my picture of me choking myself here because I'm delayed. That looked pretty funny. Um, but I'm seeing more and more of this. And like when I send out emails, I sent out a test email to a few hundred people last week, and I'm sending out the bigger one this week. But I sent it out, and the people that got the email are one group. The people who opened the email are another group. The people who clicked the email are another group, and the people who went to the sales page are another group. So what happens is, depending on which one of those groups they fell into, another set of emails comes to them based on what they did. So if they got the email and they didn't open it, I'm going to say, hey, did you see this email? I sent you this email the other day. Okay, that's going to be their next email. The people who did open the email are going to get a series of emails that say, hey, I saw you looked at our offer, but you didn't move forward. Here's a link so you can go back and get that product. The people who went to the checkout page who did not check out, they get another email, and that email says, hey, you went to our checkout page, but you didn't buy. Here's your link. We saved all your information. Go back and buy it. Now, those people who actually went to that sales page, after a couple of days, will get a discount code where they can go there, selected people. So that whole experience that these people have is dictated by the dynamics of what they did. And that proves to be a whole lot more effective than just sending the same email out to everybody. Okay? It puts them in different sequences. I have all these different sequences now. It took me a long time to build that, by the way. But it works really, really well. So we want hyper personalization. That's the next thing I'm going to tell you. The more we can personalize that experience, 75% of buying experience are based on how a customer feels, right? When they're being, how they're being treated by that company. So 75%, think about that. If they feel like it's more personalized, you're going to increase your sales, and you can do all of this through automation. I mean, I know I can do it with Kartra. If you don't know what Kartra is, I will have a link in the description after this video, and you can watch a video on Kartra, what it does. It will explode your e-commerce business. If you don't have Kartra, use my link. If you use my link, you can also try it out for $1, so it's well worth it. Excellent emails, and thanks. Oh, cool. Good. We're making some headway there, Richard. I apologize. I'm going to get right in that group thing too, so don't worry about that. A couple other things I wanted to cover today on this too. There's a lot of apps now for brand enthusiasts. Okay, companies are always interested in increasing their customer lifetime value. However, this can often be difficult to achieve because most loyal customers, they need a little bit more. They need extra. Larger companies like Nike and Adidas, they've decided to handle this problem by creating premium apps that are used by the brand's super fans. Okay, these apps are specific to segment of the company's target audience and aimed at improving the customer experience for a certain group of users. So, for example, Adidas is a sporting goods company. They primarily profit from their soccer apparel and equipment, and they have a new one called a Tango app, which creates an Adidas soccer community where brand enthusiasts can talk, they can post stuff, they can do all kinds of stuff in there. Agree with that personalization. Yes, it means so much. It makes it, you get this like connected feeling when you have that. The next thing I'll tell you, there is a more adapted approach to customer experience now, and the secret's out. Okay, every company knows how important their customer experience is, or at least they should know. According to Gartner, 66% of CEOs expect their business model to change within the next 3 years. And I can tell you, if I go back to that restaurant scenario, I don't see any waiters and waitresses anymore in restaurants. I don't see host at restaurants anymore. Think about this, guys. Check this out. You've got this restaurant, okay? First off, you got all those employees, all those problems. Do they show up for work? Do they get hurt? What's their health insurance? How much do you have to put in their 401k? All that stuff of having employees goes away with a robot waiter. Now, think about this. Imagine this. You got your favorite restaurant, okay? And you walk in there, and there's a kiosk right there, and it says what the wait time is, depending on how many people you put in the party, okay? So, this is so cool. You put in there, I've got 3 people, and let's say the wait's 30 minutes, but you want to walk around some stores. So it allows you to put in your phone number, so they can text you 5 minutes before your table's ready. 5 minutes, okay? Now, you've put all that information in. Now they've got your name and they've got your phone number, so they can market to you, okay? And then you can, once they text you, you go into the restaurant. They've got a little map, and it shows you where your table is. You go there, your table's ready, okay? But let's take this a step further. Let's say you want to go to your favorite restaurant, but you don't want to go in and see how long the wait is. You don't even want to drive over there. You pull up the app, and the app will tell you right now, real time, if there's a table ready, if there's not a table ready, how long the wait is going to be, and you can go ahead and put in your name now on your phone if you want, so that when you get there, your table's ready. And then when you get there, the robot comes up, or there's a kiosk, on your table, and you punch in what you want. And you can even have runners. I mean, if you want to have humans, you could do that. And then put in all the stuff you want. It gets sent to the kitchen. The kitchen makes all this stuff. I mean, you think about how ridiculous it is for a waiter to come up to your table, even if they've got an iPad, even if they've got a piece of paper, and they write down everything you want, and they go into the kitchen and they give it to somebody else. When you could just do that from your table. You could just do that with an iPad from your table, and then the table gets the order. They know what table it is. They know how many people's in the party. They see your exact order. And then somebody in the kitchen, once that food is ready, runs it out to your table. Or that little robot runs it out to your table. Okay? So, I mean, you're going to see this. I mean, tell everybody you heard it here first, but you're going to see this happen. This is going to happen in the next few years, I'm telling you. Waiters and waitresses and hostesses and hosts are going away. They're gone. And if you don't start realizing what's happening to this online experience, like if you don't get Kartra, if you don't have the software like I do, I can outdo you because I have all this adaptive technology. I have these emails that match what somebody's doing based on what they did already. And the other cool thing is, I didn't tell you, so this promotion I send out, the people who already bought, let's say I'm selling beef, chicken, turkey, and pork, which I am. And let's say somebody bought the beef, but they didn't buy the chicken, turkey, or pork. I could send an email out to them and say, hey, I saw you got some beef, because they got tagged. I've also got chicken, turkey, and pork, and I'll give you this extra coupon if you want to grab one of those right now. Now, is everybody going to buy that? No. But is a portion of the people going to buy it? Absolutely. So what have I done? I've increased my overall customer value. If you're not doing this, if you don't understand how to do this, guys, get some training from somebody, get some training from me. I got a really funny comment the other day. It was on one of my videos, and it said how great the video was. They learned a lot, and did I have any recommendations for more training? And I was like, yeah, mine. I have courses. Why don't you check out one of my courses, okay? That would be really helpful if you looked at one of my courses. So that's what I do. And the waiters get the order wrong. Yes, that's another thing, Richard. You're going to have more accuracy in these orders, because waiters get stuff. I mean, I get stuff wrong all the time when I'm ordering food. And there's little things like my wife ordered some food the other day, and she says absolutely no onions. She doesn't like onions, and she got it. We got home, and it was just covered in onions. And I'm like, it's really aggravating, right? And it's a simple thing, but robots don't make mistakes. They just don't. They don't make mistakes, okay? They do things correctly. Now, some of you out there are going to say, well, robots sometimes short circuit, and there's problems. It is so rare nowadays, guys. It's so rare. I know there was so much flack about, there was a Tesla accident, I don't know, a few weeks back, and the car hit a tree or something, and it burst into flames, and 2 people got killed. And they were blaming Elon Musk. They said, well, Elon's got this robotic driving cars, and it killed these 2 people. And he says, oh, excuse me. He says, they weren't using the auto drive at the time, because we record all of that stuff. We knew that they were not using the automatic drive. As a matter of fact, he says the automatic drive is a lot safer than most human beings. And it is. Think about it. It's always calculating how far things are. It's always calculating speeds. It's always doing all these calculations. Cameras all the way around it. A human, we can't look all the way around us and do all these calculations all the time. We just can't do it. But his technology can. And you can shun this technology or embrace it. I mean, I'm sure when cars came along and people were on horses, they were like, that's just a fad. People are going to get hurt in those things. Well, people got hurt on horses too. And more people get hurt in car accidents that are driven by humans than by robots. It's just a fact. It's a fact. Okay, they're more accurate. So other data I got here. Let's see here. One of these companies had a subscriber-based service that teaches how to play the guitar through daily 7-minute videos. And Sensor Tower reported that the app gained 100,000 users and has grossed $400,000 in revenue from an app. I mean, that's pretty darn cool, right? Next thing is digitizing the customer experience. Now, you'd think with all the technology we have nowadays that companies would have perfected the digital customer experience by now, but unfortunately, a study conducted by Harvard Business Review revealed that 72% of corporate strategists admitted their digital efforts were falling short of revenue expectations. Additionally, 62% of respondents said their company is working on new initiatives that will make their business more digital. We need to be digital, guys. It's a better experience for the customer. It's more profits for us. It's more sales for us. What's Richard saying here? Wish the cyclists had to ride AI bikes. Oh my God, yeah. You know, I'm going to tell you something about cyclists real quick. Like most of you, they drive us nuts. They get in our way. They're all over the place, you know, and it feels like we're going to hit them all the time. A number of years ago, gosh, this is going back about 15, 18 years ago, a friend of mine and I lived in Virginia and he was in San Diego at the time. We flew to Bangor, Maine, and we got two bikes. We decided to ride them down the coast 1,200 miles back to Virginia Beach. And I had a newfound, I guess, empathy for bicyclists because the cars, oh my God, the cars were about to kill us most of the time. And we tried to stay off the really busy roads, but it's a two-way street with these cyclists, I got to tell you. I hate them when I'm in my car. When I'm on a cycle, I hate the cars. So it's like, depending on my position, I look at it very differently. Next thing that you're going to see a lot of, guys, is virtual assistants. One of the biggest challenges facing customer service team is handling the increase in this customer support calls and emails. It can be really difficult for the teams. So, you know, virtual assistants are really helping out. I have them, I use them. While these assistants can't really replace the job of a human rep, they can answer quick and simple questions and they can save time for most customers in the company. I get a lot of the same questions over and over from my survival food company. I got one this morning and this person called in and they left a voicemail and they actually want me to call them, or somebody from our office to call them. And it's so rare that we have anybody call, but I'll call the person and I'll talk to them because it's important, and that's how they wanted to be treated. And let me explain to you something. That channel, the channel they chose was, I'm going to call the business, I'm going to leave a voicemail, I want the business to call me back. Now, if I were to get that person, and I can look them up and look up their order and all that, and I could send them an email and explain all this to them, and I can save myself a lot of time. I'm not going to do it, because if they wanted an email about that problem, guess what they would have done? They would have emailed me. So what you want to do is you want to look at how somebody contacts you. This person called me and left a voicemail, left a phone number. They want me to call them. That's what they want. Okay. If they wanted an email, they would have done that. If they wanted to open a support ticket, they would have done that. They have that opportunity. Okay. So however somebody contacts you in your business, this is really important to remember. Don't say, hey, I'm totally digitized now and I do everything through email. I do everything through text. If they didn't contact you on that channel, do not contact them on any other channel than what they contacted you on. Okay. Chat bots are nice. They work out well for some companies. I don't think they work very well for selling products. I've tried it. It doesn't work well for us. People don't like to have a chat bot sell them something. It's like, no, this is bull. You know, you're just going back and forth and something's already scheduled in here. I don't like that. The next thing you can do is increase sales. I'll get this out. Increase sales from using a loyalty program engagement. So if you have a loyalty program where the more they buy, the more they get, the more points they rack up, those are incredibly popular right now. That's not something I've done for Survivalcave Food, and I want to do that. I've just been so busy with so many other things I haven't got a chance to. And keep in mind, when I'm teaching you guys, I do a lot of research on a lot of things, and I can't do every single thing that's out there. So I've had people say, well, you taught us this the other day, and I don't see that you're doing this. I can't do everything, okay? I'm giving you guys tons of stuff that you can do. I can't do everything. It's too much, okay? But I do my best, and I do the things that I think are going to get the best results. Those automated emails I do through Kartra, guys, get Kartra. Get Kartra. It'll be in the description after this video is over with. Watch the video. If you watch the video, you're going to want it. Let's see here. A survey conducted by Jaffray found that 82% of households with an income over $110,000 a year are Amazon Prime members. I fall in that category. Okay, I have over that income, And I have Amazon Prime. I love Amazon Prime. I hate Amazon. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't like that they're gobbling up these small companies. I hate that stuff. But I do like the fact that I can order something and the next day it's on my doorstep, you know? But check the prices, because I've done this before. And I was looking at a mixer the other day, and my Amazon Prime price was $100 more than what it would have been if I would have bought it at Best Buy down the street. So check that stuff. Don't assume that Amazon has the best price, because what they've done is they've garnered this huge audience, and now what they've done is they've upped their prices on a lot of items. Make sure you shop around. Be really careful on that. They also have augmented reality service. You know what this is? This is really pretty cool, and you can do this on Amazon. IKEA does this too. You can pull up a product on your phone, and then what you can do is to say and click a button, and it says, see how this looks in my room. You can point it at a section of your room and hit the button, and it will put that couch or that chair or that table in your room, so you can actually look at your room and see what that thing looks like in there. Pretty cool stuff. And you're going to see this more and more and more. And you know, the one thing I'm trying to drill in today is that you need to change what you're doing a little bit. Let's see here. Richard says, pay extra for a loyalty program. You know, Amazon does it. You know, they do it. You got to kind of look at how many products and what you have to offer. I don't think I could get by with Survivalcave food of charging somebody for a loyalty program, but I could give them loyalty points based on their purchases. And the reason I couldn't is because I don't have that wide of a variety of products. You know, I think you have to have a pretty wide variety of products. Research shows actually that 52% of internet traffic comes from mobile devices. And I've checked ours, it's like 70 some odd percent now. 50% of customers say they stop visiting websites if they think it's not mobile friendly. Is your website mobile friendly? Make sure it is. Customers continue to operate more on mobile landscape than anything else, guys. That's just what they're doing. Behavioral pairing call centers. This is really interesting too. Based on what a customer has bought, based on a customer's actions and what they've done, they get sent to different call centers that specialize in that particular area. So if I have people who, you know, bought my survival course, they're going to go to a call center that specializes in that. If they bought canned meats, they're going to go to a call center that specializes in that. In that way, you're more focused on who they are and what they're doing. So that's a lot of information, isn't it? That's a lot of stuff. But the thing is, nowadays, guys, there's so much new stuff. And I'm telling you, heed my warning on this restaurant thing. You know, if you're a waiter or waitress and you're watching this, you better get an online business, because you're going to have issues on down the road. It's going to happen to you. I'm telling you. You're going to be faced with some real issues real soon. Amazon has the best customer service. James, I'm going to say, hey, you got good customer service. I've not always gotten good customer service there. Let's see here. Bar none, but I'm sure I get the best price. Not always get the best price, but the way I bought Survivalcave food on the Amazon site. Oh, so you bought our product on the Amazon site. Yeah, I mean, we sell on Amazon very little. At one point, Amazon was one of our retailers. They actually would store our food in warehouses and sell it, but they went below our MAP, or minimum advertised price, and they wouldn't stop doing it, so I quit selling to them. So now we sell it on there, but we ship it, or one of our retailers ships it. We have a lot of retailers on there that will sell it on Amazon. So it's a little bit different. So guys, what a good session today, right? I mean, I've really enjoyed this. I've enjoyed kind of discussing what's going on and what we're doing and what you guys can do, and helping you with your business. Man, I love helping you guys with your business, man. This is like the most rewarding thing I think I could do. You know, when I was a kid growing up, I didn't know what I want to do. When I was working jobs, I didn't know what I want to do. I know what I want to do now. I want to help you guys out, because if I help you out and you make money and you quit your job and you're happy, man, that's a good feeling for me. That's a really good feeling for me. And I know it's going to be a good feeling for you, and you get to spend more time with your family and live where you want, wear what you want, you know, make money, spend time with your loved ones. This is so important nowadays, guys. If you have any other questions, now would be a time to put them in that live chat. If you're listening to this and it's not live, it's already been recorded. You can put it in the comment section. I come back by and I answer those questions too, so don't worry about that. Richard Brown says, super as always, and thanks. Oh, I appreciate that so much, Richard. I really do. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. There's a big red subscribe button down there. You need to click it and turn it gray. Super important that you do that, okay? Next thing you need to do, once you've done that, a bell is going to pop up. Looks just like this. I feel like Vanna White. Look, there's a bell like this. You want to ring the bell. You want to turn on all bell notifications, all of them, so that every time I go live, every time I upload a new video, you get notified of it. Really important that you do that. Thanks for the suggestions. Peace and blessings always, everyone. James, my positive man. Love me some James. He's a cool guy. And Richard and Paul and all you guys that show up on a regular basis, and who we got in, Tyann Nelson in there. All these different people that are popping up, man, I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. And if you would give the video a thumbs up, as silly as that sounds, that means a whole lot to the YouTube algorithm. I'm just pushing so close to that 5,000 subscribers, guys. If you would share this and get people to subscribe who will watch the videos. I don't want just people to subscribe randomly who'll never come back to the channel. I want people who will stay and come back and watch this stuff. But if you'll do that, I would really, really appreciate it. It would really help my channel a lot. So yeah, I've had a good time today. If you had a good time, put it in the chat. If you've learned something, put it in the chat. If you agree with my restaurant theory of what's going to happen, put it in the chat. Some of this stuff is kind of expensive for mom and pop restaurants, but I guarantee you all the chains are going to adopt it, and it's going to enable them to operate so much cheaper than what they are now with all the employees and problems and all that stuff. And the thing is, it's going to be harder and harder for the mom and pop place to compete with a restaurant that you can, pull up an app and see if there's tables and, get your reservation and set it all up and go there and do it. And some of them are kind of like in between, like Texas Roadhouse. They have call ahead seating, or you can do it on the app, and what it does, it kind of puts you in line, but it doesn't guarantee anything. But I've used that a lot for that. But I think all restaurants are going to go to that. I mean, you have to, you got to, right? It's just the way it is. And I'm sure there's going to be one app, that everybody's going to start using, and within that app is going to have all the different restaurants, and you can just click on it, and they're going to be paying to be part of that app. This is my idea. You can go out and start it and make a ton of money, by the way, guys, because I think you will. But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think you need to make changes in your business, or else you're going to get left behind, as always. It's always going to be something you got to strive for, just always. Okay, guys, I really appreciate you being here. I thank you so very much. Do me a favor, like I said, subscribe, like, bells, all that good stuff. All that stuff means a lot to me. Always put those comments in there. James says, you betcha. I always have a great time. I'm glad you do, buddy. I bet you have a great time everywhere you go, because you got a good attitude, and that's how you find really cool people, is be a really cool person. If you're cool and you're nice and you're kind to people, that's generally what you'll find in the world. If you complain and you bitch and you moan and you have a lot of problems, that's generally what you'll find in the world. We create our own world every single day. Every day you get up, you choose what you want to create in your world. It is all you. And as soon as you realize that, as soon as you start saying, it's an old saying, but if it's going to be, it's up to me. As soon as you realize that, man, what a weight off your shoulders, because you can create and change and do good stuff. Help people out. Okay. Love everybody. Take care of everybody. You guys have a great